Today I'm going to show you how to cut holes in the bottom of one of the drawers in a container that's kind of like a Sterilite container. This one is actually Sterilite. So you would want to cut the bottoms out if you're planning on breeding mealworms or breeding superworms. It makes it easier so that way the beetles, they can just lay their eggs and they'll fall down into the grow container that you have. So I'm going to cut this out, then I'm going to cover the bottom with screens. And it's just going to be a simple window screen that I picked up at Lowe's or Home Depot. I'm leaving this bar here in the middle because sometimes the screen, it's floppy. It's not very supportive. It droops down, and I'm hoping that this little bar of plastic will keep that from happening. I am going to be using a blow dryer to help warm up the plastic before I cut it. Then I'm going to cut with a box cutter. It went pretty easy in my small one, so now I'm just going to do a bigger one. I want my mealworms and beetles to have more space now that I have more of them. So we'll get right to it. Now I'm going to do the same thing to the other side, and I'm also going to cut this into strips to hold down my screen edges. I really didn't like the way that the beetles could crawl on those edges with the hot glue and stuff. I don't know. So I'm going to try something just a little bit different this time, and I'll be back with you when it's time to cut the screen. I measured the bottom of the drawer, and it is 9 inches by 12 inches. So I'm going to do my best to cut 9 inches by 12 inches. There we go, there's 9. And I know this looks a little dark. I am using window screen. You can use any kind of screen you really want to. Just make sure it's not toxic. And I'm just cutting right out of the middle of the piece, so I got this big huge roll that I don't know what I'm ever gonna do with all of this screen. So there we are. And I'm just going to use one piece of screen. Before I used like 4 because the substrate was coming through too fast and I was having to refill their wheat germ like seriously within one day. But now I switched to oats for my beetles, so I think I'm just going to do one piece of screen. Now I'm going to take my screen and I'm going to hot glue it in. I'm going to put hot glue around the edges here. And then I'll just press the screen down. And like I said, I had made some little strips of plastic to put down on top of the screen just because I don't like the edges sticking up. Sometimes the beetles get stuck under them. We'll get started. Now you have a drawer for your beetles from your mealworms, and the eggs will drop right through down to the next drawer. It's time to get this container ready for our beetles now. I'm going to just use some oats that I got at Dollar General. And put quite a bit in there. They like to dig around in it, walk around on it, all that good stuff. I have the grow box underneath. That way I don't get powder from this all over my table. So I used almost the whole container. I had used some of the container before. I'm going to cut up a paper towel roll. Then I'm just going to take the beetles and put them in here. Okay. And they should be a lot happier now. They have a lot more space. I'll put the grow box in first, so again it catches any of the stuff that comes out from the bottom of the screen of the beetle container. And there we go. Your grow box is ready. Mealworms will stay in the bottom, beetles in the top, and the eggs will drop down into this grow box. This is my whole mealworm setup now. I upgraded from the small drawers to the bigger drawers. And this one down here is the one that we just made in the video. Good luck on your mealworm farm. And if you liked this video, please like and subscribe below. Thank you for watching.